Sunlight bathes the trendy cafe, a haven of warmth and light amidst the urban landscape. The cafe buzzes with activity as patrons gather, their voices blending into a harmonious murmur. Each table tells its own story, a mosaic of connections and fleeting moments. The air is filled with anticipation, each breath infused with the promise of new encounters. In the bustling cafe, Janet sits alone at a small table, her fingers idly swirling the delicate foam of her oat milk latte. The cafe buzzes around her, unnoticed, as her brow furrows with mounting impatience. A subtle gesture betrays her inner turmoil, a fleeting glance at her watch. The relentless ticking of time seems to amplify the weight of her unspoken anxieties. Each second stretches into an eternity as she anticipates an uncertain rendezvous. Her expression deepens, a silent narrative of anticipation and apprehension etched upon her face. Marvin strides into the cafe, his tall frame and well-groomed beard immediately drawing attention. A hint of fluster plays across Marvin's features as he adjusts his business-casual attire. He pauses, a moment of uncertainty flickering in his eyes as he takes in the cafe's ambiance. Marvin takes a deep breath, steeling himself as he prepares to meet whoever awaits him. With newfound resolve, Marvin begins to move deeper into the bustling cafe. Marvin enters. A sheepish grin struggles to mask his tardiness. He attempts to lighten the mood. "Sorry I'm late," Marvin continues, blaming external forces. "Traffic was a nightmare." His eyes reveal a hint of underlying anxiety. He glances around, hoping his apology is accepted. The weight of his lateness hangs heavy in the air. In an undisclosed location, Janet prepares to delve into the depths of the human psyche. With focused determination, Janet initiates the dialogue. Janet reassures, "No problem." Janet sets the stage. "Let's get started." The core question hangs in the air, challenging the unseen subject to confront their deepest vulnerabilities. Janet poses the pivotal question, "What are your top 3 trauma responses?" Marvin opens his eyes, blinking rapidly, disoriented by the sudden shift in his surroundings. He is surrounded by the stark unfamiliarity of an unknown place. Confusion clouds his features as he tries to make sense of where he island. Marvin's voice wavers slightly as he speaks, attempting to break the silence. Sorry?" His question hangs in the air, unanswered, amplifying the mystery of his location. The conference room, a monument to modern sterility, awaits the unfolding drama. Janet, poised and self-assured, commands the attention of the executives. The executives, a sea of attentive faces, hang on her every word. Janet declares, "In 2025, we don't wait until month 6 to find out you shut down during conflict." Her words hang in the air, a stark challenge to the status quo. Transparency is hot. Marvin pauses, lost in thought, his face a canvas of understanding and subtle surprise. A moment of introspection hangs in the air as Marvin processes a newfound idea. The realization dawns. Marvin's expression shifts from surprise to a quiet understanding. Marvin's voice breaks the silence, a hint of revelation in his tone as he speaks. "I guess I go quiet when overwhelmed?" Marvin ponders the weight of his own words, the echo of his question hanging in the air. In a moment of raw self-awareness, Marvin's vulnerability shines through. Janet sits alone, lost in thought as she furiously scribbles notes. A spark of calculation lights her eyes as she mutters, "Cute, that's manageable." Her gaze sharpens, a challenging question forming on her lips. She leans in, voice laced with intrigue. "Next question. Do you believe in soft life, or are you still emotionally attached to hustle culture?" In the warm ambiance of the coffee shop, Janet savors her latte. A thoughtful expression dances across Janet's face, her mind lost in contemplation. With a measured tone, Janet muses aloud, That sounds like a man in transition." Her words hang in the air, inviting reflection on the complexities of change and identity. Marvin shifts nervously, his courage faltering under the weight of unspoken questions. A nervous chuckle betrays Marvin's inner turmoil. He hesitates, a visible tremor in his stance. Marvin steels himself, gathering resolve to break the silence. Marvin pauses, his voice barely audible as he finally speaks. "Can I ask something now?" The question hangs in the air, heavy with anticipation. An anonymous room bathed in light, its neutrality a canvas for untold stories. A single word shatters the silence. "Sure." Her tone hangs in the air, a hint of agreement or resignation. The light deepens, casting long shadows that dance along the walls. The room waits, expectant. In the stark room, two figures stand poised, the silence thick with anticipation. Marvin breaks the silence, his voice cutting through the tension. "What's your favorite movie?" The unknown person remains still, posture unchanging. Marvin's expression hardens, awaiting a reply. The bare room seems to amplify the unspoken. Janet's eyes widen, a mixture of disbelief and amusement flickering across her face. She fights back a smile, a skeptical frown slowly taking shape. Janet, with a smirk, retorts, "Movies? Sir, we are not in 2012. Her tone sharpens as she demands, "What's your attachment style and monthly therapy hours?" Janet raises an eyebrow, challenging the absurdity of the situation. She pauses, a hint of exasperation coloring her features. Marvin sits, calmly sipping coffee as Janet observes him from across the table. Janet's expression hardens as she pushes away her latte, a silent prelude to a pointed declaration. Janet rises, her words sharp. "In 2025, that's like saying you don't shower." With a mix of pity and candor, she concludes, "You're cute, but I can't raise another man's emotional intelligence. Good luck, though." Marvin watches her leave, retorting with a sigh. "Bro, dating in 2025 is just back-to-back HR evaluations with mood lighting."